Ozom, and just across the way is Abbey Odom, which means the men's abbey and the women's abbey. Those were named by William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, and his wife Matilda. Her name is in French is Reine Mathilde. Mathilde. We ate last night at the Hotel Reine Mathilde, the wife of the Queen of the Duke of Normandy and of England then. So because he conquered England 1066. This is a really easy church to remember when it was first founded, when they began construction on this church project right here. It was in 1066. And it was done as penance because there are, I don't know the details. I don't know if anybody does, but there were irregularities in their marriage. It didn't get the proper papal approval, and so William the Conqueror was forced to do penance by endowing, establishing, building, paying for the Abbey Ozom, which is where we are today. You might say, well, wow, you're seeing rounded arches, right? This is definitely Norman architecture down low. You'll see additions over the next centuries. The towers, for example, are very Gothic. Again, we've been learning that about medieval architecture, is that these were long projects, many of them. 60 years for Amiens, which was short, and so it has very unified. But many of the rest of them that we see, as in Bayeux, covers well over 200 years of construction. Why wasn't this bombed? Caen was plastered in World War II by the Allies, liberating France from occupied Germany. We'll say more about that when we get to Shock today, but it wasn't bombed. The reason was, and much of this region wasn't bombed. These are pre-World War II. Some of these are several, 200-300 years old. We stayed in one the next block over for a week. I finished Hammer of the Huguenots after I put the end on just over the way there. Oh, so relief. Why? Well, this was the civilian refugee center for the region. This church housed a picture as we go in there. Picture people, families, what was left of families, curled up in a corner somewhere with all their worldly goods that didn't get destroyed when their homes got destroyed, living inside St. Etienne, Abbey Ozom. Today, since 1963, the year that C.S. Lewis died, we're going to read some C.S. Lewis that would have been heard on the BBC by the French Resistance here in France this afternoon. But 1963, this all came under the Hotel de Ville and the City Council of Caen as, you know, the county city building, we would call it. And St. Etienne Church actually meets in Abbey Ozom today, and that's what we're going to go into. Again, remnants, right? We believe that there probably are some people in here in French Roman Catholicism, in post-modernity, in post-Christian France. There's probably some simple folks who, they hear Jesus' name, and they don't know anything about the theology of Trent and all of that, and they believe and worship Jesus alone for their salvation. They don't know anything about the Reformation, they've never read Calvin and all that, but the Spirit of God doesn't say that you become a Christian by being a really good theologian, does it? It says you become a Christian by falling at the feet of Jesus and calling him Lord and God and trusting